You know, we usually think politeness is the key to understanding a culture, but what if the real window into a society's soul is its profanity? It turns out how a culture throws insults can reveal what it cares about most. So today, let's dive into the surprisingly complex world of Chinese swear words.
And this really just nails it, right? The way a culture insults people isn't just a bunch of random angry noises. Nope. The insults are targeted, they're specific, and they show us exactly what a culture holds sacred by showing us the most painful way to attack it.
So here's the key thing to get. This isn't about just stringing together some nasty words. Chinese profanity is a whole system. It's got this elegant, if pretty brutal logic behind it, and it's designed to take apart a person's entire identity. It basically operates on three fronts: attacking your past, your present, and your future. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, so the first and maybe the most fundamental line of attack goes after a person's past. And in a culture where family and honor are just so incredibly important, the most powerful insults are aimed right at your roots.
Now, what's really interesting is that the focus is almost always on the mother. There's a reason so many heavy-hitting insults start with your mom. It's because she's not just a parent, right? She is the symbolic heart of the family. She represents the honor of your house, the purity of your bloodline, and pretty much the legitimacy of your entire existence.
And this is where things get brutally efficient. A simple "your mom" insult isn't just one attack. It is a devastating 3-in-1 combo. First, it implies your family has no honor. Second, it says your whole bloodline is tainted. And third, it's this ultimate power move that basically says, I'm your father and you are beneath me. I mean, that is some seriously efficient insulting.
Which, of course, raises the question, why not insult the dad? Well, the short answer is, it just doesn't hit the same. Because the mother is seen as the symbolic guardian of the family line, attacking her is a fundamental assault on who you are. Insulting the dad just doesn't carry that same kind of symbolic punch.
But it can escalate to a whole other level, with curses aimed at, say, your ancestors for 18 generations back. Like the quote says, this isn't just about hurting your feelings. This is genealogical warfare. It's not just insulting you anymore, it's trying to erase your entire family tree. Basically saying, you and your family never should have existed at all.
All right, so if the first category of insults totally wrecks your past, the second one is all about destroying your present. This next set of insults is designed to strip away your value, your worth, and your very humanity, right here, right now.
And a classic way to do this is with animal comparisons. But these aren't just generic, you're an animal kinds of insults. Calling someone a dog, a pig, or a beast, each one carries a really specific, dehumanizing meaning that attacks a different part of their character.
So let's take the term beast, or qin shou. This isn't just about calling someone brutish. The real sting of this insult is that you look human, but on the inside you're missing all of the morality and conscience that actually makes someone human. You're just a creature running on pure animal instinct. It's an attack on your very soul.
And this thinking explains the logic behind the insult, less than a pig or a dog. There's this unspoken hierarchy of value. See, humans are supposed to provide morality. A dog can provide loyalty and protection. Even a pig, well, it provides food. This insult shoves you to the absolute bottom, below all of them, implying you provide zero value to the world. You are completely, utterly worthless. Okay, so your past has been destroyed, and your present value has been reduced to absolutely nothing. What's left? Well, there's only one frontier left to conquer: your future. This final category of curses is aimed squarely at your lineage and your legacy. You have to remember, in a culture where continuing the family line was historically seen as a person's primary duty, this is one of the most devastating curses you could imagine. Wishing someone no children or grandchildren, that's wishing for their entire existence to be wiped from the future.
It's a heavy curse, no doubt, but believe it or not, there is another level of cruelty that goes even deeper. I mean, what could possibly be worse than wishing someone has a childless future? Well, how about wishing they do have a child, only for it to end in the most heartbreaking way possible?
And that brings us to this shockingly specific and deeply vicious curse: to give birth to a child without an anus. Now, at first glance, it just sounds bizarre, but its real power is in its two-layered attack, which works on both a physical and a metaphysical level. The first layer, the more obvious one, is just one of pure tragedy. The curse isn't just that you won't have an heir to carry on your name. It's that you will have a child, but you'll be forced to watch it suffer and then die. It's a wish not for an empty future, but for a future filled with the absolute worst kind of pain and heartbreak.
But that second layer? That one goes even deeper. It taps into the idea of karma. This curse implies that your child's horrible fate isn't just random, tragic bad luck. No, it's a direct biological punishment for your own moral corruption. Your child's suffering is the living proof of your sins. It declares that you are so fundamentally broken that everything you produce is defective, and your family line is a dead end.
So let's pull this all together. As you can see, this isn't just a random collection of mean things to say. It's a complete systematic assault on a person's entire existence across time.
It all really boils down to this three-pronged attack. First, you attack the past by demolishing their family's honor. Second, you attack the present by stripping them of their humanity and making them worthless. And finally, you attack the future, making sure their bloodline gets totally erased. It's a complete takedown of a person's entire world. And all this really leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If the structure of these insults tells us so much about cultural values, about family, morality, legacy, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What does the profanity in your own language say about what your culture truly holds sacred?